Everybody rise. It is I, your dance doctor speaking. Get on your feet when you in the presence of the dark. We got a lot of work to do up in this mother flipper. We got a lot of work to do up in the palace. We finna pull up to freestyle session because I'm hearing a lot of noise and I'm hearing a lot of talky talk. That sounds like a call for action. It's time for the doc to suit up. It's time to crack this mother flipper wide open. Let's make something happen, huh?
He called you a cowboy. What did he mean? What are you?
No, I'm going to kill you.
Just a humble bounty hunter, man.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all living, man? Is everybody good? Cause look, man, I'm already in motion. I'm finna bring these biggity bad boys down right here and take a, wait a minute. Let me go ahead and hold on. Let me just brush up on my shit. Are y'all on metalspalace.com? It's a .com, so you know it's legit. You buying some gear right now? Damn! Let me, hold on. Let me go ahead and check my shit out. I gotta make sure it's y'all straight. Pete, man, it look like I'm fucking flying a jet over here. That's not even how you fly. Ooh, hello. Welcome to Jet Crip. It is I, the head Crip speaking. If you would please buckle the fuck up. We're on our way to freestyle session. All right, first up, we got Kosi versus Willis. I don't want to do too much more of the bumping of the gums. I'm hyped. I want to get straight to the shits and see if the doc can prescribe something for this. Let's get the wind up. Oh, shit. Bye. Damn. Kosi, talk to him. Let's do this. Prime time. She cooking. Steez, talk to him. Woo! Silky smooth type shit. Stop playing, Kosi! Nasty. Ooh, not the stanky leg on him. Huh? Sick. Wait a minute. Oh, I see you. We up in the palace, Willis. I'm telling you, this little mother flipper is 13. Lord. Straight problem. Time to take off right here. Oh, Lord. Hey, yo! No! I was at this mother flipper live in the flesh. Set it up. What? Lil Willie! Oh my Lord! This that shit! If you ain't hit the like button yet, do something while you doing nothing. This that prime time, showtime shit. Come! Let's go, Kosi! Check the feet! That's that double time! Huh? Pocket check. What you got on you? What you got on you? I saw that. Nice. Rumble with him. We love to see it, don't we? Sick. Willis here. Willis here. He said that ain't nothing I can't do though. Watch this. Watch me work. Oh shit. No! You can't do that. You can't do that. Lord. He said, shut that mouth. Shut that lip. I don't want to hear it. You talking to a grown man right here. These grown man kneecaps. Lord, the switching rhythm. Soft reset, but that's all right.
5, 4.
Ooh. Smooth. Smooth. Wow. Oh, that's too much fucking. We can talk about that. We can talk about that later. It's still a motherfucking tie all across the board. Let's get one more round. Let's get one more round. Let's get one more round. What we talking about? Huh? Put something on it, Kosi.
Food gone away. I ain't never like you tell anyway. Missy got something to say. I'm right down the block in the Escalade. Bling bling all in your face. I think you might need to put on your shades. You hating on me, but your helmet on. 20-inch rims say crazy low. I'm a crazy boy. I'ma keep the car alive. Me and Timberland gon' keep it tonight. Keep your hands in the sky. Wave around like you crazy high. Two big shots.
Nice. Nice.
You don't know who I be. You can never tell you nothing with me. If I get your hand, you'll never leave. Stop sweating me.
Hey, that's.
You even try. Make me just look at your spine. My wrist looks shine like turkey.
Nice. Nice. Touch me, that's a no. Strong, strong, strong.
Hey boys, won't you sing along? Cause we gon' rock the party to the early morning.
Solid. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What you know about that, Willis? That's for the ladies right there.
You got your guns, but you don't scare.
Nice.
Originality is lyric. My own style and I ain't sharing. Back up. He's in our hey, y'all. Let's turn it up and turn the club down. Grab me drinks and give me 2 rounds. I'll break you off, I'm going down. Watch yourself, I'm about to turn it up.
Nice. Sick. Damn. This nigga got some fast fucking feet. What we doing?
3, 2, 1.
All right. Now it's time to talk that talk, right? Because I think just about every last one of you, yeah, you motherfucker, was up in the comment section talking about some robbed shit. Do you know what I mean? And that's the main thing that made me want to really sit here, break this down, and have an open conversation. I mean, y'all can get in my comment section and say the same thing, but I'm at least trying to create a perspective that allows us to really focus on what the fuck went down here. Them first 2 rounds, as an exchange goes before the tie, I don't see in what part of those rounds, you're seeing something where he got robbed. If that's the case. If you're saying it's before the tie or after the tie, I have no idea. But I think a tie is valid, let alone being there and experiencing what the energy was like. It was a clean rebuttal to everything Kosi did when Willis hit that floor, to the point where it made it difficult for a motherfucker to feel like somebody actually took it because they were both just at a high level. You understand what I'm saying? So, of course, all these are just words. You haven't really got the context of the dance, but I'm just giving a general sense for what it felt like at the time. And wasn't nobody tripping about a tie. You know what I'm saying? The tiebreaker to me is the part where I feel like I have more to say than anything about what the first 2 rounds were. The first 2 rounds where there's different approaches to how they break shit down. To me, Kosi is the type of person where I look at her as less is more. She do things to me that focuses more on the actual dance portion of it, like the entirety of her flow feels mad consistent. So she doesn't necessarily throw things away to come out with a combo, or it doesn't feel like she's attacking specific things. She doesn't feel like an attack dancer to me. She feels like someone that's literally getting down. You know what I'm saying? And I know how that can read differently, especially to an audience that's used to seeing big blow ups, big hella crazy movements, beat kills and all this other shit. I don't necessarily see her as that being something of what she caters her dance around. But don't fucking sleep, because everything within that first track with the Baby Keem shit, there's no way you telling me she didn't get busy. There's no way you telling me she didn't get busy. I don't feel like she utilized as much movement and specifics within her movement to accent certain things as much as Williams did. But that's the difference between what I feel like maybe some people are saying he might have gotten the win for. I feel like they accented or did enough work within that first round to make it a fair exchange to me. Like, it was just a solid rebuttal for what Williams did. Maybe more of what Williams does is more entertaining for sure. I think it gets you maybe a little bit more hype because of some of the dynamics he moves through. But in terms of even Kosi's buildup, to me, is still a proper round within everything that she did solidify. Then the second round to me, I'm trying to remember the fucking track, but I know what one it was now. I think to me, maybe I would have gave Willis the second round. That'd probably be the only difference to me. Do I think it's a robbery? No. All right. So that may be where I see the difference, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at a tie. To me, Willis, just again, within my perspective, still revolving around Kosi's approach, just having a less is more, but still having like don't misread that. Less is more, but she still creates a lot of value within what she produces. So it ain't like it's a bad thing to do less. Sometimes people can get to the point of being able to get to the level of where Willis is at by saying less. You have to understand how that works in different moments or how you can utilize it to your benefit. And so when I look at what Willis was still doing in that second round, though, I think there were just way more things that caught my eye and my attention based on how he was able to accent accent the sounds within the track while staying consistent. But the main thing that I started to recognize from just being able to watch him is the ways in which I feel like sometimes he could still get locked in to the beats. You know what I'm saying? So the patterns become very much apparent even from the first round, because once you know the beat, maybe you don't allow enough space to just allow your round to just get fleshed out, because the next part of the beat killing aspect of the song is finna come and it's already shortening the whatever you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because you're constantly trying to make sure you stay on par to hit these beats instead of just letting the round or the movement within your round just kind of bleed out and attack different portions of the shit randomly instead of systematically going in patterns to, as soon as it come back, you're hitting it again. And so those are some of the things that I recognized maybe within Willis's approach, because he accent some of the same sounds routinely, but at the same time, I felt like the biggest difference when I'm talking about flow is more so the third round. Everything towards even what I'm remembering when I'm watching his third round, it felt a little disconnected. It felt like either I can assume he was tired, maybe he didn't know the song, maybe he wasn't feeling the song. Whatever the case may be, you can't tell me from watching the first 2 rounds that you don't recognize a difference in his third approach. The third approach felt like it didn't even have that same level of confidence, maybe, in the attack. which is what I normally see his dance to be, more of an attack. It's not something that I'm naturally just feeling like I'm just watching him coast and kind of like, it's not that he's not expressive, but it just doesn't feel like it's an organic feeling within the movement. More so it's an attack on the movement to come at the person in a battle. I mean, that's what it is anyway. And when I'm looking at Kosi to me had an overall flow that it just felt like her dance was able to traverse and go anywhere and never be out of tune within the music. You understand what I'm saying? But when you're in attack, I think you get limited to what it is that you're doing because you're not freely just traversing however you would like, and you're basically stuck to whatever it is patternized within the beat. Hopefully that makes some sense. Hopefully that perspective that I'm kicking at least enlightens you a little bit to be able to see the battle from a different perspective. But I still more so wanted to get on this because I didn't see nothing as a robbery. I didn't see nothing as like some USA shit, I guess, is the perspective that I feel like is the easiest to just gravitate to. Most people would just look at Willis. Willis is the favorite. Everybody knows or sees him to be someone that's foreign, overseas or whatever. And I'm not trying to just put some type of blame on any foreigner or something like that, like it's their fault or whatever. But at the same time, even when we talk about Hoan, there's just a natural, distinct difference between when someone else is dancing and then when someone from another country is here and they're someone of a reputable name, and then automatically, you know what I'm saying, they breathing and niggas is already clapping. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's automatically easier to give it to Willis for that specific reason. But when I really dissect the shit and when I really pay attention to what they both did, I'm only saying I don't think it's a robbery. I think I would have gave Willis again the second round, and then I'm giving Kosi the third round. Now it's time to get to that real shit. J Smooth versus Hoan, popping finals, freestyle session. It's time to make something happen. Let's get the wind up going because we got a lot to break down in this motherfucker. Blah.
3 rounds.
3.
3 rounds.
1, 2, 3.
The World Championship ring on the line.
Let's do this.
Hoan, you're setting it
Let's
off.
do this.
Freestyle session, 25 years. Make some noise.
Hoan looked like he pulled up in a Harley or something, or he got a Chevy parked outside.
Let's go, JJ.
Let's go, JJ.
Let's go.
West Coast, Hoan, throw it up, man. Shit, yeah, that's where it looked like you from. That shit said, no. Just watch Hoan, don't you fucking blink. We gonna talk about him too, though. I know y'all was asking me. It said, sick. Damn. Huh? Nice. Hey. You see how them legs was bending? Nice. Shit! Those directions were sick. Ooh! That was nice. That motherfucker good for that though. Ooh! That shoulder action ain't nothing to fuck with.
4.
Damn. That was sick. That was sick.
JJ.
JJ, it's time, man. Put that real West Coast on it, man. Uh-oh. The knee of death. Fast as shit. Oh. There it is. There it is. Nice. Now that response right there. Then he started hitting with the little fingers and shit. I think J Smooth might have arthritis when he get older though. Oh. That's all right. That's all right. Uh-oh.
5, 4, 3, 2. Round.
He said, you're done. You're dead now. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Now this shit is when stuff, this when stuff start getting dangerous. Watch this. What the fuck is that? I don't even know how the fuck this nigga just built up static electricity like that. Oh my lord, did you see how he did it? Lifted the leg. Huh?
Rock Swift on the ones and twos.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See? Oh shit. Woo! Shit. He said, bring it, motherfucker. Nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hit him with that shit, Jay. Nice. Hit that, hit that, hit that, hit that. Huh? He did some shit where he was like, and then it like put some input code, like a GTA code, and then it. All right, all right.
This is the final round, y'all. Give
All
us
right.
some energy. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Freestyle session. 25-year anniversary.
Huh?
I know y'all feel that shake. Rock Swift. Beats.
Oh shit. That nigga said, whoa. Damn. Damn. Hold on, man. What the fuck? He said bring it around town. Damn! How the fuck he lean off that motherfucker like that? Hey.
What you got, JJ?
Smooth, man. Can't knock what the fuck he doing.
Give us some energy. Los Angeles, give us some energy. The West.
That's that reverse shit for your ass.
Wave gang.
Oh, that was sick. Nice. Nice, that was nice. That was sick, that was sick.
Give it up, crowd. Let's get the ring ready.
Nice, man, nice, nice, nice. What it hit for, what it hit for? I see you, Hoan. I see you. I see you. I see it. I see you. He was looking right at me too. That nigga was like dead ass looking me right in my eye. All right. Now, a lot of y'all been asking me to review this and talk about it, so let's break it on down, man. The way I saw it, to get straight to the point, I'm giving J Smooth first round, Hoan second and third round. The way I saw J Smooth's attack within the first round, to me, told me in terms of how I was watching it live, like, this motherfucker can do it. You know what I'm saying? Because the first round and the way he responded, the energy he had, everything in terms of what he delivered, I thought set him up in a way where, I mean, motherfucker, going to this next round with the same shit. I don't know what you finna do, but first round, take that into the second round. I think that's a wrap. What I got from the second round, popping to me in general is always consistent. So in most cases, I think most of this shit is flat regardless, rhythmically, because they not really switching it up in a lot of ways. The motherfuckers just staying on the 2s and 4s religiously. So there ain't really much to talk about within the music a lot of the times. Sure, they accent certain things, but when it was flatter for me throughout a certain portion of the first half of his round, I was more so then starting to say, all right, now what are we finna do? What's the word? What's the offensive game? What's our strat here? You know what I'm saying? And then it felt like even amongst that breakdown, when the chimes and everything started to kick in towards the middle half of his round, nothing switched. Nothing in terms of delivery, nothing about the pocket he got in. Nothing happened, essentially. And I felt like it just continued. And within the surface of how his round flattened out, maybe it dipped a little bit because it just didn't deliver nothing. It was just calm. You know what I mean? I think Hoan's round started off very strong, and maybe it gradually flatlined just because essentially maybe towards the end, there wasn't nothing too crazy about it. But still within some of the things that within Hoan's presentation for his movements at the very least can still hold him over, because he's still a showman type of cat at the end of the day. So he still does things within an entertaining, flashy type of way to deliver his movement. But at the same time, everything about the delivery is still something that I felt like within that second round, I would have gave to him for sure. Everything that I wanted and I was looking for within J Smooth from the second round that I saw within the first round, I just didn't see it. And more so, I think that started to carry over into the third round. The more I started to see everything within the tuts and the stationary aspects of his rounds, it just didn't feel like something was solidified in what he was producing to pull out a win. I just didn't see it. Do I think he has more heart than Hoan? Absolutely. Because I think J Smooth he's an authentic cat from the soil, and he really carries that shit in his blood. Like, I be seeing this motherfucker like really, like maybe get upset or like really lock the fuck in. Nigga gonna throw his hat. Like, he gonna chuck that motherfucker like a frisbee, you know what I'm saying? He gonna take off the fucking button up, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get really into it. And then like really like use every fucking muscle and fiber in his body to the next pop is gonna shake up this whole motherfucking building. Like, I believe him in the sense of his passion and his heart. And then sometimes I just want that to translate maybe into some form of a vocabulary or to some form of an offensive game that feels like within how I already said that I think rhythmically the rounds can just be flat, because that's what popping fucking look like 80% of the time, 90, 95. I just felt like Hoan has changes in his rhythm per se within he attacks certain sounds for sure, like he did the first round. And he has that little flashy way of doing shit like he started the second round with, but then just his overall movement, it gives something outside of the flatness. Like, it makes it to where the dynamics is there, or maybe he travels throughout the motherfucker, or maybe he got some leg work that he ended up doing like a little combo or something. It's just adding something. And what I got from what I saw Hoan doing, because pop wise, I think they was both calm. They was both at the top. You know, pop wise, they was both doing their shit. I just think within the second and third round, I'm giving that to Hoan. But I want to really talk now. I'm gonna really break this shit down to talk about Freestyle Session, talk about Hoan, talk about the perspectives that I had while being there. Because I think this shit is important. I think this shit is something that, like, even I turn this into a little podcast episode or whatnot. So basically, it's finna be a long ass little episode. But we finna just talk that talk right now. I pulled up the Freestyle Session 1. I wanted to say this shit is a robbery. You know what I mean? Like, I took me and my girl there, and we paid like $130 or something like that, around that. You know what I'm saying? To get in. Now, when I'm thinking what I'm paying to get, first day it was broken up prelims and then there's a top 16. All right. So basically you're paying $130 to watch everybody audition and you get to see one round. You know what I'm saying? This was the day, of course, where you see the most people because, you know, prelims and the attempt to be in the fucking finals and everything else plays a part in everybody wanting that. And if they don't make it past prelims or if they get knocked out in top 16, guaranteed, I already knew this, there was not going to be that many people on the second day. However, on the second day, it just felt like more of like a reminder of the state of where the dance is at in the States. Now, granted, when someone mentioned this and they specified the importance of having, I believe it was 100 qualifiers or around that number, like close to that number, for preliminary entries within hip hop, there was a need to express the importance of that and clap it up. But then there was also an emphasis on that's a big number for the US. And I started to immediately feel everything that I wanted to be able to talk about because it's important to recognize that for sure. But it's also something that makes you then feel some type of way if, like I feel like a lot of these people are that are the judges or the people that obviously travel, Jay Smooth, Hoan, whatever, and you recognize the amount of people. Well, that was hip hop. Popping was, I believe, less. I'm pretty sure. But hip hop at the very least was, I think, the most, and that was 100 something. Even if I'm wrong about popping, it's still relatively the same. When we travel and we see all the other preliminaries in these other states or countries, I mean, the numbers are a lot different. And I'm not talking about anything close. It's like a big ass gap between even just the entries. So to see how those numbers stacked up and to see the levels of people, to see where the dance is currently at. I don't know. Me personally, I just feel something within my spirit to want to be more assertive, to create some form of change or be a tool to use or something like to be used in a way to try to give and help or do something within what I'm building thus far to be able to get into those spaces. But at the very least, trying to open up things to create context to try to find ways to improve the things in which they currently are right now. And so when I was watching popping and when I was watching hip hop, popping to me felt like it was dead ass stuck on ice. It felt like it was stuck in the 80s. It felt like it's a representation of that in its purest form because the generations is what I started to notice, where I don't feel like even as I'm getting to younger generations, I'm seeing more authenticity within oneself being represented in the dance. I just see, to me, like carbon copies, and not to specify anything about a copy as something that's detrimental, more so it being something to where, like, again, even when I talked about Hoan's clothes, there's an aesthetic, there's a certain way of presenting yourself even within popping that just caters to an old school approach. I won't even just say boogaloo, for instance, but I'll just say like the old school approach. And to me, I feel like that hinders the dance's progression to grow into something. And it can sound very minor to focus on clothes, but trust me, it's the overall aesthetic. When you see that person dressed like that, you already know what they're finna do within their rounds. When you see the judge lineup, you already know what to present in the best interest of those judges to be able to give you, you know, the win or whatever. I'm looking at that in a way to say that I think that holds back the progression of where popping could be to evolve, not change. You know what I mean? And the way I look at things evolving are when I look at the younger generation, and that is the best way to get a different generational perspective on how you can then assess after you spend time within the dance. You know, you spend time given to the foundations, you spend time studying and learning, but then now I got shit up here that I'm thinking I can creatively put a little twist on it. I'm thinking there's shit within this I can tweak, I can add. There's shit that I'm also seeing being implemented in just life. You know, there's other things, there's other ways of movement that I can maybe fine tune and put into this if the gates were opened and, you know, that was allowed. The reason why I started to have this perspective wholeheartedly just to give understanding is because I also think about entering these type of things. But when I see it for what it is, and I see the way that it's displayed within the consistencies, even on
on the music per se. And again, of course, my influence has been someone like Slim. It's rare that I see something of myself being represented in this space, even though I consider myself a popper, but I just don't see something that gives variety more so than just the general awareness to what this dance already is known to look like, and it being something that heavily just represents an older time period, even within the music, even within the energy when I read the room. And we can go from something of an all styles or a hip hop format. The music is more live, the music is more upbeat. Then we go to straight funk type shit, music that people don't even really know, or granted, it might be music that you might be fucking with, like if you were just listening in your car, driving, or fucking at the beach at a barbecue, you know. But if I'm thinking of battling per se, and a lot of the times when I'm even having these conversations with people, it just don't really resonate. It don't really resonate. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I feel like just aren't progressive. And then it's less connecting to a younger audience, or just the general future of where this dance can be. And then ultimately it's just being held down by older people, older generations. And even to speak on that, when there's younger people even in the midst of it, Precise is always going to be someone that comes to my mind. He's not even someone that I really see being implemented in spaces to showcase the youth in a way where he's judging more things now. Cause I think this nigga done battled at every event in America almost. He done won so many different things under popping, and the things even in house. He's diversified, he's versatile, you know, but in the ways in which he has put a lot of work in, I don't even see him being like the forefront. D Soul, you know what I'm saying? Tech Boy. There's just a lot of people. There's a lot of people. And I think there's differences even in those three people for how they utilize the style of popping and what they're doing for the dance. That can be something of a discussion within those three people alone, that I've had some conversation with them already to get a perspective. Not that everything what I'm saying is what they feel, but I've had the conversation somewhat to even get an understanding of what feels like it's just held back. It's just held back by the overseers or the OGs and everything else that just doesn't allow the dance to continue into 2023. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like we just in the 80s. When I see a 15-year-old wearing fucking hush puppies and slacks and a fucking fedora, and this nigga, he don't know nothing about that. Like he don't know nothing about that. But and he got a rag in his back pocket. Can't forget that. I know why he's doing that. And that's okay. That's acceptable. You know what I mean? But I'm just basically rambling. Let's talk about Hoan. Hoan, when I saw him, it didn't come off. I don't know what it was, but it definitely didn't have that Hoan effect that I know we're typical of seeing on videos, like where most people say he does the karaoke style. I don't even know where that really came from, to be honest, but I get the meaning of it. But even on songs that he knew, I didn't get a feel for like, oh, like the Hoan, you know, like I'm seeing something like to that level, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's the expectation factor. When I'm still watching what he does, the motherfucker is crazy. The motherfucker is crazy, dangerous. I already had it on paper, even giving that more perspective towards popping. When I saw this motherfucker's name, I'm like, who the fuck finna stop him? The only person I realistically had in mind is either Green Tech's finna pull up or Slim finna pull up. Neither of them did. Respect to Jay Smooth, I didn't know he was going to even be there. But realistically, on paper, I would not have looked at that as something that I would have thought he would have won based off of just names, based off of just honesty. If I'm seeing Hoan's name on the list, I'm thinking, shit, I don't know who finna take this nigga out. You get what I'm saying? But either way, Hoan was a problem, and watching him was live. Watching him was live to be able to see that in real time. I've only seen him, I think, like once before that Summer Dance 2019. But it was just live to see that perspective, see the skills that this motherfucker provides to the shit. Now, when talking about hip hop, I think everything within hip hop, man, is still on a progressive state. I think everything within hip hop is still something that caters to a multitude of different audiences, or it might even just be something that's more dominated by younger audiences because of its relatability. You get what I'm saying? Because of its expansion. Now, of course, when Henry Link is talking about certain aspects of it that definitely feel like it's lost in terms of what the foundations are and the reasons and everything else, I can respect that. I honestly understand that wholeheartedly. So the middle for what I'm thinking, and this pertains to popping in the same breath, where like hip hop became progressive, but it has changed. But at least it still has life. Now, I don't feel like it's straight too far off to be something that's completely crazy and not really associated within some of the still like cores and foundations of hip hop, or even there still being people that maybe can represent it in that way to still do that. But there's definitely variations. There's variety. You know what I'm saying? Popping is primarily, like I'm saying, I don't know a percentage, but I'll say the majority of people are still just consistently doing that said approach. I done had so many different conversations with people about even wanting to implement change, but they go back to their circles, and their circles are doing all the shit that Boog is, or all the shit that is still tailored to this specific aesthetic, and then they fall back in line to doing that because there's no room, there's no space, there's no group of people that's trying to ascend to a different height within the approach of it. I don't want to go back to talking about popping. I can talk about that shit all day. But yeah, there was just a lot that I saw from the aspect of what the event was, the feeling even that I was saying when I talked more about the first day, because I know I'm jumping, but when I talked about the first day and I talked about how we paid all that money to get in for that first day and all you got was prelims and then the top 16, that didn't get you into day 2. You had to then pay like another $60-something to get into day 2. So I spent about $200, you know what I'm saying? And what I feel like ended up happening was, because they had like 8 styles there that were doing everything in one room, the B-boys get the respect that the style deserves in the main room. They get the biggest stage, all the lights, the fucking all the displays. They get everything that's proper to a main aesthetic. We don't go over there to the finals. Have that resonate for you. We go over there for the finals, but we're just in an isolated room, a smaller room at that. And so when we were doing the day 2, everything was in the same spot. Prelims, they had it isolated to be able to make things run smoother. Maybe something was happening at the same time while this was happening. Day 2, everything was happening at one time. So when we pay the money to come and watch whatever it is we're trying to watch, we can start top 16 and we're not going to go back, or start top 8 and we're not going to get back to it at the top 4 or semifinals until an hour or something later. And that has an effect on the dancer, and it has an effect on the people watching, because we got to sit through all this other stuff to get to that. And that to me is just not a proper, I don't know, I don't want to say it's not a proper, but I feel like there would be something to maybe figure out within that approach, because I already specified the time that it has on the dancer to sit for that much longer until they got to then muster up the energy to just do a 1 round or 2 round type of thing. But at the same time, just sitting and going through that, it was a long process even to watch, because I'm not trying to watch every styles rounds and then just walk around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather be more to the point to be able to watch something, or have it isolated, like those that want to watch locking and whacking or whatever else. Like, it could be like isolated still, whatever, just to make things run smoother. The only other thing that I had in terms of perspective was just recognizing the biggest difference in between day 1 and day 2 in terms of attendees. It was crazy how little or how much of a difference there was and how many people came back day 2. And that to me was the shocker. That to me was like, damn, this is crazy. Like, it was damn near, it felt like less than half. The room felt empty as fuck in comparison to what it was on day 1. And that still ain't saying a lot, but at the same time, that was just something to consider when I had came back and just realized, like, damn, I spent all this money. Like, came back, the fucking rounds is just rounds on 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 rounds. It just didn't feel the best. It didn't feel the smoothest. By the time the finals was happening, niggas was dead, bro. Niggas was dead. We had to wait for the B-boys to finish so we can start the finals. It was just a whole day process. But yeah, that's just my breakdown, my perspective towards everything that took place at Freestyle Session. If you made it this far, tell me this. All right, tell me this. You got 3 options. You got 3 options just to confuse people, because we don't want everybody to get hip to it. Say I liked the video, doc. Because if you made it this far, there's no way in hell you tell me you didn't like the video. And then actually say something too. Say something about like the shit, but just say I like the video, okay? Say GGWAB, and that means good God, what a booty. Say one of those 2, or say Dragon Ball Super is ass. I'm looking for y'all. If y'all made it this far, all right? Metalspalace.com, it's a .com, so you know it's legit. Support, that's all I'd be saying, you know. Cop some gear. Step your shit up. You know, you wanna get some new gear. I know you do. I know you want to impress the ladies. I know you want to impress the honeys. I know you want your dance to be better. It can be better. Go cop some gear. Link is in the description. It's as easy as that. I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for giving me y'all time. I'm up out this bitch. Peace.